Alright, what's up guys? Unfortunately there's not going to be a Mustang video this week. I injured my back and I just don't have the time to work on the Mustang. So what I'm going to be doing is working on my 1972 Honda CB125. It does have a Lifan or a Lifan 200cc engine in it, and just needs a lot of work to get it rideable. But yeah, this is my other project that I'm working on. I haven't had it for too long. It's got some wiring issues. As you can see, there's a bird's nest under the seat that I need to take care of. Need to do some more modifications to the rear. I want to get rid of these hoops or cover them somehow by either making a circular hoop that goes around and follows the seat, or just making some kind of fairing to put back there. The original owner had painted the shocks and the fenders and a few other parts white, and I'm not really a fan of that look. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to strip those eventually. The forks that he originally had on the bike, one was bent and they were also painted white. So I got some eBay specials. They fit well, they're not bent or anything. They seem to work well as well. They got a good rebound. I put aftermarket handlebars on there. The original ones just stuck up way too high for my taste. I still need to figure the clutch cable system out. I gotta get the right length or either modify that one to be correct. This model came with drum brakes front and rear. I need to clean those up, go through them, make sure that they're working well. They both seem like they are. But then again, I haven't ridden the bike yet, so time will tell on that. As far as the 200cc engine dropping into this 125 frame, I mean, it went flawlessly. It was a little hard to maneuver in there, but once you get it into the right position, it just drops right in, bolts right up. No modifications needed when it comes to how it bolts in. There's one there, a bolt there, a bolt there. The only thing I will need to make is the top mount. It's just a matter of cutting that out of sheet metal. I also still need to cut the chain to length. I bought a new replacement chain for that. And then it also looks like this bike was dropped at once because the left side peg bar is way too high. So I'm gonna either have to take that to the shop and bend it down into the correct position, or just get some aftermarket replacement type pegs. I also had to chop the muffler to here where it was hitting the engine case, because this engine is a little wider than the original engine. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Probably cut that pipe up and weld it back into a shape that actually fits and looks nicer, comes more down and under the engine, but also doesn't impede the rear brake. So we'll have to get that figured out as well. Just like the Mustang, it's a pretty hands-on project, making it all work the way I want it to work. But yeah, let's jump into it. Alright, so you can see the wiring mess I have going on. It's a aftermarket wiring harness. I'd really like to go with the M unit, but they're pretty pricey. but I'm really gonna try to get my hands on one of those just to simplify the wiring harness and get rid of a lot of these wires that I don't actually need. But it's been kind of a pain because nothing matches up. Nothing fits quite right, and then it's just a jumbled mess. I'm gonna try to get a temporary button into place because the switch that I had bought from it has already crapped out, and I guess the spring, whenever you press the button, momentary switch, the spring on the inside has kind of given out, and it likes to stick and try to basically keep trying to start. So what I'm gonna do is put a just a temporary momentary switch in there in the starter wires. That way we can try to start it today. So I've traced it down. I need the red and yellow wire and one of the black power wires. So what I'm gonna do is just use some alligator clamps on wires to wire in a button. That's the black power wire. And here's the red and yellow for the starter relay. Alright, so now I'm going to hook up the battery that I have for this bike to the positive, the main positive and the main ground. Sweet. Alright, I'm gonna zip tie that battery down right quick just so it doesn't fall off and take the wires with it. Alright, so I got the battery zip tied into place for right now. It's just temporary, so don't worry. I do plan on making a battery box that goes in between the frame here and maybe hangs down about an inch or two, making it real nice, and trying to really conceal all the wiring because I want this bike to look super simple and very minimalistic, I guess. But so I got everything in place now. I should be able to turn the ignition and it should just fire over, or not fire over, but just try to turn over. So let's see if I got it. Yeah, sounds good. Alright, so let me pull that spark plug. I only have the one. See if we're getting... Getting a good spark. Let me see if I can get it in there where you can see it. Looks like it. Alright, so now that we know that we have spark, I'm gonna put a little gas in the carburetor and I'm gonna do my best to push it outside, and then we'll see if we can get it to turn over. Here we go. So one problem I'm noticing is that these bolts aren't bottoming out all the way. So I'm gonna have to get some some bolts that aren't this long that will thread in there, that way that they're making better contact, because I could see that being a problem with voltage. But let's keep going and see what we can get. Alright, so my battery is a little further under voltage than I guess I should keep trying, so I'm gonna have to recharge the battery.
The next morning.
Nope. Alright, so unfortunately this battery also wants to die on me, so I'm not going to be able to get it started quite yet. I do have the M unit on the way, so I'm going to work on getting it permanently wired, and then I'll get the batteries charged up and we'll try to do a proper start video. But this is the first look at the bike and the project and just everything we got going on with it. So yeah, stay tuned.